So, hello everyone, I'm Jingjing Tang, and welcome to the presentation of our ISMIR paper. I'll be introducing MIDI-VALLE, an expressive piano performance synthesis model built on neural codec language modeling. This work comes from a collaboration project between Center for Digital Music, Queen Mary University of London, and the National Institute of Informatics in Japan. Our work falls within music performance synthesis, which focuses on transforming score MIDI into expressive audio performance. We usually consider it as a two-stage process. The first step is called expressive performance rendering. That's where we add expressiveness to the planned score and turn it into performance MIDI. The second step is expressive performance synthesis, or EPS, which takes this performance MIDI and turns them into realistic audio. Our study focused on optimizing the second stage to improve the overall quality and also the compatibility with the first stage models. So most existing EPS models for piano either build on differentiable digital signal processing, aiming to directly model the physics of sound production, or they adapt conventional text-to-speech model, treating MIDI to audio as an analogy to text-to-speech. Typically, these models generate spectrograms and use a vocoder to render the waveforms. While these approaches can produce convincing results, there are still several limitations. First, they often don't generalize well. Switching to a new piano or a different recording setup or a new playing style can make the quality drop. Second, they give you limited control over details such like the piano tone, articulation, or resonance, which makes them less flexible. And third, in the two-stage pipeline, the mismatches in MIDI representations between the stages can introduce timing error and distortions, reducing overall synthesis quality. So to overcome these limitations, we adapt VALLE, a neural codec language model originally built for text-to-speech, to expressive piano performance synthesis. So first, we fine-tune the encodec model to compress and tokenize piano audio. This led us to train on larger and more diverse data set, improving the overall generalization. And second, because it works with discrete tokens, we can align MIDI and audio more accurately, solving the mismatch issue that usually hurts two-stage pipelines. And third, we extend its zero-shot adaptation ability to piano synthesis. So with just a short audio clip, we can control the piano's tone and acoustics in the generated performance. So by adapting VALLE to EPS, we demonstrate that neural codec language modeling, which is already successful in many text-to-speech and many other audio and music tasks, can also produce expressive and realistic pianos from the MIDI. So here's how we adapt VALLE for our task, starting with this data set. We use A-tab dataset for training, compare with the more commonly used dataset, the Maestro, which has about 200 hours of piano competition recordings. A-tab has over 700 hours and 10,000 recordings from multiple pianists, composers, and live settings. So it's better suited for robust neural codec language modeling. Then for the tokenization of the audio and MIDI, which contributes significantly to the success of the adaptation, we first fine-tune a variant of the encodec model originally used in the Music Jam paper on the A-tab dataset. And we create what we call piano encodec. It uses residual vector quantization with 4 codebooks to describe these audios. This design allows us to reconstruct high-fidelity piano audio from discrete tokens. And for MIDI tokenization, we adapt the octuple strategy, where each note is described by multiple features. In addition, we include the inter-onset interval tokens to explicitly model the expressive onset timing, helping the model to capturing fine-grained performance nonsense. As for the model itself, we mainly follow the original VALLE design with minor changes to support MIDI tokenization. The model consists of an autoregressive transformer decoder and a non-autoregressive transformer decoder. The autoregressive decoder predicts the first codebook, and then the non-autoregressive decoder generates the remaining 3, conditioning on that first one. So finally, during the inference stage, these codebooks are decoded back into audio with our piano encodec model. We evaluate the model's performance on 3 data sets, the ATAP, Maestro, and Pajama. The Pajama data set includes jazz performances with paired audio and transcribed MIDI files. In terms of the objective evaluation matrix, we measure FAD using embeddings extracted by piano in Codec, which reflects overall perceptual quality and the timbral realism. We also calculate spectrogram distortion, which captures how well the acoustics and timbral are reconstructed. And finally, we calculate the chroma distortion to evaluate the harmonic consistency between the ground truths and the model outputs. So from the table, we could see that our piano encodec model performs well across all 3 datasets, with much lower spectrogram distance and chroma distortion than the original encodec model. And for the synthesis quality, we compare MIDI-VALLE with a baseline called M2A, which was presented in ICASP this year. This baseline follows a conventional TTS design. A transformer generates the spectrograms, and hi-fi gain acts as a vocoder. So it was trained on Maestro and fine-tuned on ATAP. So in the table, all the matrices are computed against both the ground truth audio as well as a reconstruction from the piano encodec. So compared to M2A, MIDI-VALLE achieves more than 75% lower FAD on both the ATAP and Maestro datasets. On Pajama, which contains jazz performance, the FAD scores are still high, suggesting that jazz remains challenging, likely due to its different rhythms and harmonies. In terms of harmony consistency, MIDI-VALLE performs similar to M2A on the ATAP dataset, but M2A does slightly better on Maestro, likely because it was trained there. And last, for the spectrogram distortion, the MIDI-VALLE is consistently closer to the reconstructions, meaning it better captures acoustics and timbral details across all the datasets. So the quality of our model can also be visualized by this rainbowgram. It uses colors to indicate frequency and lightness to represent the amplitude. This is calculated from the constant Q transform. We here compare an example of the MIDI-VALLE outputs with M2A model and the ground truth and the piano encodec reconstruction. By comparing the similarity of lightness and color in this highlighted area, you can see that MIDI-VALLE provides a more accurate reconstruction across all the full frequency. Finally, we conducted a listening test to subjectively evaluate the synthesis quality and system compatibility of our model. So from this left table, you can see MIDI-VALLE receives significantly more votes than M2A on ATAP and Maestro for synthesis quality, showing it adapts better to classical piano. However, on Pajama, M2A is slightly preferred, indicating jazz is more challenging to adapt to for MIDI-VALLE without any fine-tuning. And for system compatibility, we try to evaluate the quality of the outputs from the 2-stage pipelines. We feed output MIDIs from different expressive performance rendering models into the synthesis model. As the result shows, MIDI-VALLE consistently preferred over M2A when combining 2 different EPR models, showing that it could produce natural and expressive outputs more robustly. Now let me show an listening example to demonstrate the model's promising performance. I think it's loading, sorry. Maybe. Why it's not? Thank you. Okay, so you can scan the QR codes to hear more audio samples on our demo page. And you also, where is mine? So you are also welcome to our poster session if your ears tired of more talking. So we will present a demo so you can listen to some samples. And I'm also happy to discuss more details and answer questions about this paper. So looking forward to seeing you there. Thank you.